Hi everyone, today we're going to learn how to measure our origami paper so that we can make 3 origami penguins that are 3 different sizes. So you should have already picked out your 3 cool colors from the origami pack that you received in your take-home kit. So we went through what the cool colors are, your greens, your blues, your purples. So you're going to choose 3. If you measure the origami paper, it's almost 6 inches long and it's a square, so it's 6 inches width by 6 inches height. We have to make these certain sizes. So what sizes do you need them to be? Well, one square has to be 3 inches by 3 inches. Another square is going to be 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And your last square is going to be 2 inches by 2 inches. So each is going to be slightly different in size. So let me start with the first one. I'm going to use the light purple. You always want to measure on the back. You don't want to see your pencil lines on the good side or the colored side. Now I need my ruler and I need my pencil. The way that you use a ruler is I always line up the edge of the ruler, or if it actually does have a 0, I would line up that line, that long line, with the edge of the paper. So I'm going to take my ruler and move it over somewhere near the top. So edge of the ruler, edge of the paper. Now I'm going to look for the 3-inch mark, which is here, the long line with the 3, and I'm going to put a little line there. I don't have to press too hard, just a little line, enough for me to see it. Make sure you're not using the centimeter side, make sure you're using the inches. Then I'm going to move that ruler all the way down to the bottom of the paper, again lining up the edge of the ruler or the 0 with the edge of the paper somewhere near the bottom. Look for the number 3, right? You could see my 3 there. And then I'm going to make another little line. Now I want to connect those 2 lines. So I'm going to line up my ruler, hold it vertically, that means up and down. I'm going to see the little black mark on the right and the little black mark on the right. Now I have my fingers do a split, and I'm going to put a lot of pressure on the ruler so it doesn't move. I like to stand up when I'm using a ruler so that I have more leverage. Then I'm going to make a straight line down. Okay, that's the first step. Now I want to take my ruler again, turn the paper around, line up the edge of the ruler, edge of the paper, and I'm going to look for the 3 inches again. Here's my 3, make a little line, and then I'm going to go to the top again. So what I'm kind of really doing is just making a crisscross. Again, little mark to the right of the ruler, little mark to the right of the ruler, have my fingers do a split, put a lot of pressure on there, stand up. A line goes from top to bottom. You never go from bottom to top, always top to bottom. Now I have my paper split up, and I want to cut out my 3-inch square, which was in the top left corner. So then I take my scissors and I cut nice and neatly. That extra paper, I'm just going to keep on the side. I don't need it right now. So there's my first square, my 3-inch by 3-inch. Now I'm going to take my next color. I chose this light green, and my next square has to be 2.5 by 2.5 inches. So again, just like we did before, line up the edge of the ruler, edge of the paper, or where the 0 is, that's key. And now I'm going to look for the 2.5 inches. So here's the 2, here's the 3, the half is right in the middle. It's that long, dark line. Again, at the top, somewhere near it, I'm going to put 2.5. I bring my ruler down to the bottom of the paper. Again, edge of the ruler, edge of the paper. Look for the 2, look for the 3, and then right in the middle, make my 2.5. Draw a line from the top to the bottom, put pressure on it, and now I flip my paper around. Edge of the ruler, edge of the paper, find the 2, find the 3, go in the middle for the 2.5, and do it again at the top. Line up the ruler vertically, top to bottom, and now I have my 2.5 square. Notice how these squares to the right have changed. So square is always even on both sides, height and width, or top to bottom. So now here's my 2.5 square. That's my light green. And then my last square has to be 2 inches by 2 inches. Again, turn the color part face down. Look for the inch side of the ruler. Line it up. Look for the 2 with the big line. Go to the bottom. Line up the 2 with the big line. Connect them top to bottom. And you're becoming an expert already at measuring. Flip the paper to its side. Edge of the ruler, edge of the paper. Look for the 2. Put a little line at the bottom and a little line at the top. You need to have both lines so you know where to line up the ruler. If I don't have the bottom line, then my line has potential for being crooked. Put pressure top to bottom. Notice my pencil lines, I'm not pressing really hard. They're nice and light. I don't need to put a lot of pressure on it. Origami paper is really thin, so you don't want those pencil lines showing through to the other side. I cut out my other little square. Again, I have my scrap now. And now I have my 3 squares. 1 3 by 3, 1 2.5 by 2.5, and 1 2 by 2. So now I have the 3 different sizes.